How's it going, everybody? I'm Kenton Claremont, owner of Train to Hunt and the Train to Hunt Challenge. 2018 is going to be a dynamite year. I'm super excited about where we're going and clear out to New York City this year. We're doing some of the other sites, but we added Montana, we added New York, we added a challenge in Washington. If you need additional information on where you can find the Train to Hunt Challenge, go to traintohunt.com and click on the events tab. It'll have all of the events listed there, where we're going in 2018, where and when. That is a complete set of locations and dates. We're not going to be adding any of those. And then Nationals is going to be July 14th and 15th at Powderhorn Ski Resort in Mesa, Colorado. For those of you that went last year, you know exactly where that's at, and I hope to see some of you back there this year. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is go over what to expect when you show up to a Train to Hunt Challenge. Pretty simple. You're gonna show up for check-in. You're going to say, I'm here, this is the division I'm going to be in, and you're gonna receive your shirt that you ordered during your registration process. Make sure you registered early because there is price increases. Second thing's gonna happen, we're gonna have a competitor meeting. During this competitor meeting, we're gonna be going over all of what you can expect for the day, which is you're going to be doing the challenge course first and then the 3D shoot second. All right, so the competitor meeting will go over all those rules. So you can watch these videos, but don't worry about memorizing everything because we're going to be going over the rules again in a competitor meeting right before we kick off the day. The next thing that's going to happen, we're doing the challenge course first this year. That is new for the Train to Hunt Challenge. Normally we would do the 3D shoot in the morning, have a break, and then we would do the challenge course. This year we're going to mix it up a little bit. We really like the way that the format worked last year at Nationals, so we're going to continue with that this year in the qualifiers. So we're going to do the challenge course first, and after your heat runs in the challenge course, once the last person finishes in your heat, you will have 15 minutes to report to Target 1 on the 3D shoot. You'll complete the 3D shoot, the 20 arrows in the 3D shoot, and then you're done for the day. And then that's the time that you'll have to talk to other competitors, really get to meet some of the amazing people that come out and do our competitions, and just hang out for the rest of the day. It shouldn't be a huge lull, but like Heat 1 is going to have most of the day to just hang out and watch the other competitors, which is going to be really exciting. The last thing we'll do is the award ceremony. So hopefully this thing is going to pick up and it's going to go pretty fast, and we're going to get you guys out there out of there before dark. Unlike some of the events last year where it took a little bit longer, we're going to really try and kick this thing in the tail so that we can get everybody out at a reasonable time. So here are the equipment standards for the Train to Hunt Challenge course as well as the 3D shoot. You can use any method of release. You can use any length of stabilizer or stabilizer setup. You can use any arrow setup. You can use any sight setup. The only stipulation on the sight setup is that you cannot have any magnification. You can't have clarifier in your peep, and you can't have magnifying in your sight itself. Binoculars are fine, and rangefinders are fine on course. The biggest thing that we're looking for as far as equipment goes is that you are using the same setup in the challenge course as you are during the 3D shoot. Okay? So you have to use the same release method, the same arrow setup, the same bow, the same stabilizer, and the same method of carry during your challenge course as you do during your 3D course. If you are somebody who really is adamant about needing to use a hip quiver during the 3D shoot, then you have to use that hip quiver for the challenge course. Okay? So it's up to you. I don't want to outlaw or to say that you cannot use a hip quiver, but you do have to use the hip quiver during the challenge course and the 3D shoot. If you're going to carry your arrows in a quiver on your bow, a bow quiver, then you use the bow quiver for the challenge course and for the 3D shoot. If you want to carry your arrows in your pack during the challenge course, then carry your arrows in your pack during the 3D shoot. okay? The only method of carry that is illegal is that you cannot carry your arrows in your hand. If you, at any time, dry fire your bow during your run at the challenge course, you can't shoot that bow again during the challenge course. You can complete the course, you just have to complete all the penalty burpees as opposed to being able to shoot your bow. So once you dry fire it, your bow's no longer in use, and you just can't shoot it. You still have to pack it around the mountain course, but you cannot shoot it. So don't dry fire your bow. No spectators at any time on any part of the challenge course. I know some of you have friends and family that are coming, but we can't allow any spectators on there. It just keeps everything super clean. There's nobody out there maybe range finding for their friend or family. We just keep everybody off the course except for judges. One of the new rules for the challenge course this year is that you are not allowed to carry oxygen on the challenge course. You cannot have any kind of oxygen tank or oxygen method of getting oxygen to you during the challenge course. Now, if you want to do it just prior to the challenge course or just after the challenge course, fine. Before you hit the 3D course, that's fine. But during the challenge course, there will be no oxygen tanks allowed on the course. There will be no lit nocks allowed on the challenge course. If you lose an arrow at some point in the mountain course, and let's say you come to target number 2 in the mountain course and you don't have an arrow left, you realize you dropped it, you have to take all your equipment. That means you have to have your pack, you have to have your bow, and you have to backtrack on the trail in order to find your arrow. There will be no threat of being shot by doing the trail backwards, so there's no need for that. But you do have to stay on the trail, and you do have to take all your equipment with you. Here are the rules for the 3D shoot. 1, you have to use the exact same setup as you did in the challenge course. Okay? The other thing is you have to make sure that you follow the instructions of each shot. These instructions are going to be laid out on laminated cards at each shooting station. Binoculars are fine, and rangefinders are fine on course. I would caution you to make sure that you read the instructions for each shot before you start range finding how far it is, because some of the shots will be no rangefinder. So if you're approaching a shot and you just stop and range find because you know you're going to be shooting first, before you see what the shooting instruction is for that particular target, you find out that it's a no rangefinder, you receive a 0 for that target. That goes for any of the targets that the instructions are not followed.